Hey guys, what's going on? So this is going to be a bit of a off-the-cuff type of discussion video. What I was trying to do yesterday was re-upload my Let's Plays of Pokemon Emerald and Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, but for whatever reason, even though I was able to render all these videos in one part, YouTube doesn't allow 12-hour videos or more to be uploaded anymore, and that was news to me, and it's kind of annoying and stupid. So I figured just to kind of fill that void, after I inevitably, chunk those videos up again, just to do a little discussion video about whether or not I think that trophies and achievements are worth the crap. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it's kind of an interesting topic in the gaming community. Like, there are a lot of people nowadays that think trophies and achievements are just useless. It's like nobody cares about achievement hunting anymore. It doesn't really prove whether you like a game or how good of a gamer you are, etc., etc. And on the other side, there are like people who are still for trophies and achievements, not only because it doesn't really cost the devs anything for them to implement it, but it does kind of create like a pastime, or in a way, it gives a game some sort of replay value that it might have not had originally. And the way I stand on this is I'm going to lean towards the latter, because there are genuine actual uses for trophies and achievements other than just, being a bragging gamer, right, or whatever cringe term you want to use. So let's say you're a game reviewer and someone in the comment section of your video is like, this review is obviously fake. How can you give your opinion on a game if you've never actually beaten it? And even though you tell them you did beat the game, you did go through this certain part, and you have the game footage to prove it, people can just say, well, you obviously got that video from someone else, or that you used cheats or whatever, and I'm going to get more on that later, but at that point, all you'd have to do is send them a screenshot of your trophy information or your achievement information from that game, show them the time that you completed it, and that could potentially shut them up from saying that you got the footage from somewhere else. And, that's another thing, too, that I'm going to kind of go on a little bit of a tangent on. I know that achievements can be faked, and they can be cheated, like on Steam, for instance, but it's really easy to tell when someone has faked their achievements or not, because all you have to do is just look at the times that they've been unlocked, and, it's like, if you're willing to cheat for one game, you would be willing to cheat for pretty much all your games, right? It's very obvious, is what I'm basically trying to say. I'm also gonna kind of agree that adding achievements and trophies to games that didn't originally have them, or just adding trophies and achievements in general, can give a game more replay value, and I could see that being fun for a lot of people. Now, do trophies and achievements necessarily prove to everyone how good of a gamer you are? Not really. But what they do tell people is how much time you're willing to spend for a certain game. What time you've unlocked that achievement, how many times you were willing to go back and play through a game, things like that. One thing that people forget about is that ever since the 8th generation of consoles, every single game has a trophy list attached to it. It doesn't matter if it's a $5 indie game that no one's heard of, or a physical AAA release that everyone's hyped up for. As soon as you load up that game on your PS4, or Xbox One, or your Steam account, it'll show up on your profile, but it'll show up as 0%. So, therefore, it's impossible to fake a game review for a title you never bought, as well as going around bragging about all the trophies you have for a game you never loaded up. And if you try to use the argument of, the account I use for trophy hunting is private, so I can't show you, well, it's a bit hypocritical to boast about how many trophies you have when you can't even show it off, right? One last thing I'll say before I wrap this video up is that gamers have been bragging about what they've accomplished since the very beginning of the hobby. Whether you're talking about getting all the trophies in a certain game, beating a record time in the speedrunning community, or beating the high score of an arcade game. So to all the people in the comments who act like they don't give a crap about trophies because they think it's a waste of time, don't try to actually me to death. In conclusion, I do think that trophies and achievements are still worth it. They may not prove how skilled of a gamer you are, but they do tell people what games you play, how long you played them, and what you've accomplished in them. But I'm also curious about what you guys think, so make sure to post a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.